Today we're having a look at the Cat 320 excavator from Diecast Masters. This thing's pretty big, super scale, and packed full of features. Let's open it up and see what it entails. So first things first, this box is pretty good size. It takes up most of the table up here and most of the frame of the picture. It does feature a handle though, and it's really nice. It has a rubber texture up top, a padded foam underneath, and like plastic tabs that go into the foam to hold it together. Just super sturdy and looks really good. The case inside is actually foam. And there's a look at that rubber handle up front. Now below the styrofoam, you're also going to get your manual, which is pretty decent. It's going to tell you what all the features are, how it works, how to attach the different attachments it comes with, and just general usage and such that you would find. It opens up like a brochure, so a little bit of a different style manual than most vehicles come with. Okay, so here it is in all its glory. You can kind of see the attachments that come with it. So first off, the 2.4 gigahertz radio with this model is going to be a little different than what you would see with most ready-to-run RC cars. It's got a video game style feel and look to it. I mean, obviously it's very Xboxy-ish, but it is really nice because it makes operating this extremely easy, especially for someone new to the hobby. And we're gonna go through and show you all the controls and just how to work it here in a minute. But first, let's show you everything else you're gonna get in the box. So to accompany the vehicle, they are gonna give you 2 spare pins in case you lose one when you're changing out the different attachments on the boom. Now, the battery is a 2000 mAh 7.4 volt battery. It looks like it's just 2 18650 batteries put together, and they do have a balance plug and a XT30 connector. You don't see these little baby connectors too often. Charger included is a USB style charger, and with this it is going to take 5 to 7 hours to fully charge the battery according to the manual. So if you want to upgrade or already have a different RC charger, I'd recommend using that over this. Now for the other 2 attachments aside from the bucket on the excavator, you are going to get a grapple. Now this is resemblant of something that you would pick up logs with in the real world or other objects of that sort, which is pretty sweet. I'm curious to see how much weight this can actually hold and pick up. And then finally, the other attachment is actually going to be a jackhammer, and I don't expect this to break really anything up, but it does look pretty scale, and I'm sure it'll look sweet on there, and I don't know, who knows, it might break something up. We're gonna test that out in a little bit later also. All right, let's take the star of the show out of the box, or the foam, or the case, or whatever it is. Here we are. The Cat 320 excavator from Diecast Masters. Now right off the bat, I'm super impressed with how scale this model actually is. Keep in mind, this thing is only $300. There are several excavators in the RC world that cost much more than this, and there's also a lot that cost a lot less. But I feel Diecast Masters really nailed this middle of the ground setup, and with the scale look, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, you got your ladder and steps on the side. The cab is fully detailed with the Cat logos on the side and top of the seat. You got the Cat logos on the boom. You got all these wires mimicking the real hydraulic lines on the full-size excavator. Now the tracks aren't metal on this unit. They are like this rubbery plastic. I'm pretty sure they're rubber, but they're definitely not metal. Tracks do feel really good though and seem like they provide quite a bit of traction. Now the cab is completely enclosed. There's nothing there you can open up. The only downfalls that keep this excavator from looking extremely scale are gonna have to be the Phillips screws that are pretty visible up here on the boom arm. Other than that though, this thing looks really incredible, especially at that $300 price point. Now one thing with the attachments, both the grapple and the jackhammer are plastic. However, the bucket is metal. As for operation, the battery door is right on the back of this vehicle. The top of the engine compartment just lifts right up once you unlock it, and the 2000 mAh battery fits in there with plenty of room to spare. You can fit a little bit longer and wider pack in there. I don't know about how much thicker you could go, but there's definitely room to put a slightly larger battery in. Now, once your battery's in, go ahead, flip on your remote, and there's a switch right under the back of the engine compartment. Flip that on, you'll hear the startup sequence of beeps and the motor come on. Now, if you want to turn the engine sounds off, it's just going to be that button right here on the controller, and they shut off and you're back to quiet. Now the left joystick is going to control your bucket movements, and it'll also turn the excavator all the way around 360 degrees. As you can see, the bucket actually has quite a bit of strength to it. The 2 joysticks on the bottom back are going to let you access your reverse functions, and you can operate them jointly or individually to turn. you hit the 2 buttons above them on the back to go forward. And same there, you can operate them individually to turn. This also allows you to do 360s, operating 1 reverse and 1 frontward track motors. Now the right joystick, left and right, operates the bucket. Up and down operates the boom. Now that button we used in order to turn the sound off, you hit the button that looks just like it on the other side, and boom, your lights are coming on and off on the boom arm. That's a super cool feature, and although they're not super bright, just adds to the scale realism of this excavator. Now the only other real downfall of this excavator is gonna be the little bit of wobble here on the boom arm. When the excavator is rolling and you're doing bucket movements and stuff, there is quite a bit of jiggle. Now your excavator will jiggle some, however, it's not gonna jiggle as much as ours, and that's because this unit right here is actually a customer return. You can see they clearly snapped the boom arm off this thing. And like we said earlier, the boom arm does have quite a bit of power. However, you're gonna have to be dropping this off of a table to actually snap that boom arm. But I thought this would be a really cool experiment, not only to show you guys the features of this excavator, but to see if we can repair this and keep using it for a long time to come. Reason I say that is the Diecast Masters crew only offers select spare parts for this excavator. You can get the attachments and the pins and a couple other pieces, but a lot of parts on this aren't replaceable, as is the case with a lot of excavators on the market. So I want to see if we can fix this and continue using it after a major breakage of the key component of this excavator. We're going to use a plastic bondage of some sort, try to get this repaired, and get out in the field to go get this thing running. But before we do, I want to remind you guys about our RC boat giveaway. We're giving away this SuperCat MX by Rage RC right here. If you want to see a link to a review and running video of this boat, we're going to leave it right here. Link to the contest will be down below. The only restrictions are you have to be a USA resident, 16 years of age or older. We're going to announce the winner on September 30th. All we need is your name and email to contact you, and there's 8 different ways to enter and earn points in order to take this boat home. It's ready to run. It's ready to rip up your pool or pond. You're gonna have a blast with it. Now back to the video. It was at this point shooting B-roll that we made an absolute catastrophic mistake. Accidentally knocked this thing off of our platform table here onto the floor and finished breaking that boom arm, which is quite unfortunate because it was partially still attached. Now it is completely disattached. We also managed to rip the wires out of one of the control motor functions. So we have went ahead, reattached everything, and now we're gonna move on to our epoxy repair. All right guys, and here's our finished repair with that epoxy on there. We used a 2-part plastic epoxy, and hopefully it's gonna be strong enough to use all the attachments. We're gonna start with the jackhammer and grapple attachments first, and then move on to this heavier metal die cast bucket. In case it breaks, we'll at least get some good footage with it. Now to access the boom arm, we did have to disassemble the entire unit. I thought you guys might enjoy seeing the insides. This excavator is actually super simple on the inside. It is all Phillips head hardware and disassembles very easily. The track utilizes these rollers on this part and the bottom section of the track. The gearbox for the boom housing separates into 2 pieces. Just super easy construction. It took maybe 20 minutes to disassemble this entire thing. All right, so it's put back together. It's repaired, hopefully. Go ahead and click it on here. All right, so I didn't mess up the motor sounds or lights, so that's good. Let's try. All right, track functions still work, and I have the bucket supported because the bucket is die cast and very heavy, and I don't want it to break before we can get a little bit of use out of it if it does break. And then also one other part that is die cast on this, when we took it apart, this whole back top section that would normally house the engine and the full-size machine, this is also die cast and acts as the counterweight for the die cast bucket when it's installed. Ooh, it doesn't sound good. I might have messed something up putting that part back together. Alright, so it doesn't sound the happiest spinning around, but that could be my fault when I tore it apart. All right, so far so good with the repair. Okay guys, not too bad. The epoxy repair seemed to really work. We're gonna see how long it holds. I really hope it holds up for the rest of this testing video at least. That's a major component, so it's working right now under its own, which is heavy enough. Once we start scooping stuff, we'll see how long it does actually hold. These little joists offer a little bit of support, but not much considering they're so wobbly. So let's go try the grapple and the jackhammer, and then we'll move on to the bucket at the very end, and we can see how well this repaired unit actually performs. Okay, so here's your jackhammer capabilities right here. We're gonna bring this out. Hopefully this is the least amount of force on the repairs. And as you can see, the jackhammer is absolutely fine here. Alright, and here on the remote is the buttons you want to press. Either one of these small buttons is going to let you actuate the hammer there. Let's bring you guys down closer and get a better look at it. All right, and unfortunately that is as long as our repair lasted. Let's see if I can get you over here. Yep. Snapped clean off once again. Now here is the excavator in its current state. We were using the grapple hook and ended up snapping off our little plastic weld again. I do want to say this grapple hook works way better than I expected. This is a really green pine cone, weighs several ounces, had zero problem picking it up. And with the clamping force that it has, I think it could do even heavier objects with no problem. Jackhammer, kind of useless but looks cool on there. Unfortunately, we did not get to test that bucket. Was really looking forward to it, but the adhesive or the plastic welding job did not hold. There you have it, guys. Look at the Cat 320 from Diecast Masters. I think this unit bridges a pretty good gap between toy grade and hobby grade. Some stuff like the attachments are replaceable, whereas other stuff, you're just not going to be able to get spare parts for it. Now, for the most part, that'll never be an issue. This isn't something that normally goes under too much stress where it's going to break, unless you drop it off a table. Then obviously, you know, you're gonna break this arm with that die-cast bucket. That's a lot of weight, and this is what's gonna land first. And performance-wise, you're gonna get a lot more use out of this than a lot of the cheaper toy-grade options. However, it's not gonna perform like a full hydraulic $8,000–9,000 excavator that are on the market. That being said, if you're looking for something just to take out every now and again, use from time to time, use with maybe your dump trucks or scale trucks, I think this unit will perform great for you, provide a lot of fun, and at a way more affordable cost than the full hydraulic excavators we mentioned a few moments ago. If you're interested in the Cat 320 or other construction-like RC vehicles, we're going to leave a link down in the description below to this excavator and the other construction vehicles we offer. You can always head directly to our website, www.naughtyboyrc.com. And remember, keep it naughty.